Hello and welcome to One Lap. This is going to be pretty interesting because we are taking the new Prius Prime Limited. This is the maxed out Prius in a very blue color around our racetrack for one lap like we do with every car. Let's go see how this goes. We're going to be putting around the Prius Prime. This has a 8 kilowatt hour or so battery pack along with a 4-cylinder engine up front to make about 120 horsepower. It does about 25 miles all electric range. Doesn't matter here because we're talking about performance. So what performance credentials does this car have? Surprisingly so, this entire piece, the whole rear hatch, is made of carbon fiber. So this will be a lightweight, low-slung racing machine. But actually, I mean this seriously, Prii, that is the plural of Prius, do handle quite well. They're super neutrally balanced. People don't give them enough credit. And we're gonna see what it's like to drive one of these on the racetrack after getting like over 50 miles per gallon all week with it. Let's go push it pretty hard. And now you join me in the starting line of the Prius Prime. So let's get everything set up. We are going to put us into drive. Now this car is pretty interesting. It has a ton of drive modes. So there's 3 different buttons down here. One will select eco, normal, or power. Of course we're going to select power. We need all the power we can get here. The next one will select if I want this vehicle to operate like a hybrid vehicle or like an electric vehicle. And this is one of the only plug-in hybrids that lets you go full power, drive it as hard as you can, in full electric mode without ever turning on the gas engine. Now, and you actually get pretty good performance this way, but occasionally the gas engine will need to kick on to provide like full boost, and so you have to take it out of EV mode and put it in hybrid. I'm going to select all of the traction control off down here, so you have to push it and then hold it for everything to turn off, and extra lights go off over here, and that's like VSC, forward collision warning, all the safety stuff. And now we are ready to launch it. Traction control turned off, I already know. Quickest way to get the Prius off the line is left foot hard on the brake, full power, build up the revs, pop off the brake. Then we'll get the gas engine moving us and the electric motor will kick in. So, and off, launch. Here we go. Giving it full beans. It is not the fastest thing in a straight line. My little energy meter says the battery and the motor are powering the wheels. So we're gonna come in down here, 75 miles an hour, a little bit of brakes. We have very eco-friendly tires. What's crazy is the Prius actually handles really very well in neutrally. It does not understeer. The brakes are not bad at all. The tires are really its limitation, of course. They have really eco-friendly stuff on there. But I've always said about Prii, that is the proper plural form of Prius, is Prii. I've always said they're great handling cars. They are not fast in a straight line. You give up the speed for efficiency. I just blew the apex there because of the tires. And they honestly, like, people autocross these things with good tires. They're really not bad. I've had a Prius back in 2010 on the tail of the Dragon, and literally I had Nissan 350Zs pulling over, Mercedes AMGs letting me go by. When you hoon these things, they're pretty good. So let's talk power. I'm foot hard down, basically full power out of this corner, and the CVT just keeps it at max revs. It is not fast. I would say its weakest link is acceleration, but people aren't buying these for insane acceleration. They're buying them for efficiency and practicality. And the Prime, of course, is the plug-in version. So we have an 8 kilowatt hour battery pack. You can drive around on full electricity, which is really great. And it's been a very economical, easy car to live with. We're going to avoid the cones a little bit. Come on, let's go. Tires, get in, apex it. Yeah, I'm kind of overdriving the tires there. And wide open down the straightaway, deploying all 120 horsepower that this thing can do. Tech-wise, it's got great adaptive cruise control. It's just a nice daily driver. I mean, nothing to complain about. 84 miles an hour past the start finish. And there we go, we'll regen to a stop. We had about 50% state of charge on the high voltage battery. We're down to 46, so driving it hard doesn't really consume that much. Probably because the gas engine's working, of course, to charge up the battery a little bit. And every time we slow down, it regenerates and puts power back into that battery. This one is a limited version, of course, so we get the big screen, all the cool bells and whistles. This screen is not that intuitive to use, but it really just does navigation and not much else, music and climate. Honestly, I think you'd be fine with the standard screen in this thing. But Prius Prime, not very fast, very efficient, and this particular one is very blue. So, you know, I would probably want a full electric version. I hope Toyota comes out with a full EV soon that's sort of in this category. Now let's take a look back and reveal the lap time. The Prius launches pretty interestingly. It gives you all of the gas engine's power, and then a half a second later the electric motor kicks in for all that extra torque. The vehicle isn't that fast in a straight line, but it does make up for its lack of acceleration with really predictable, nice handling characteristics. The braking performance was better than expected, and the brakes didn't show much sign of fade. Moving around the track, you can hear those eco tires just squeal away. This thing would actually do pretty well with some better rubber on the car. You can always check our document in the description below for a list of all lap times for vehicles we've run in the one lap series. It was wide open for the front straight, and then the Prius clocked in a time of 2 minutes, 9 seconds. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.